The trial of alleged Russian spies, an alleged Russian spy ring at the Old Bailey, is a Bulgarian Russian spy ring at the Old Bailey, is a tableau of intrigue, deceit, audacity, that actually reminds me of Mehmed Ali Agca, the man who tried to assassinate the last pope. It's qualities we often associate with fictional espionage, yet they cross over into real life. They are laid bare on British soil. And this gang of 5 Bulgarians accused of orchestrating operations on behalf of Moscow exemplifies the darker realities of state-sponsored skullduggery. Their exploits involve surveillance of US military bases, honey trapping, of course, even plotting kidnappings, all in the service of the Russian intelligence apparatus. And, this barrage of misinformation and the internet, the YouTube doesn't really stint on that either. The comments flow fast. This gulping gumosity, if you will, that such activities encourage or engender, this relentless guttation of grafted gossip, I can't think of any more G's, has seeped into the fabric of British society, muddying public discourse with paranoia propaganda, putrid paranoia of Putin's propaganda. Is not merely a question of espionage, but an existential challenge to our collective understanding of what is truth and trust, what we can actually believe is real. Because, there's even a YouTube video recording Prigozhin, the Wagner leader, pointing out that the invasion of Ukraine was predicated on a lie. It's all a lie. And the desperation that the Kremlin seemed to have got to perpetuate this lie, to make this lie believable. This is the madness, that we are risking global annihilation for a lie. The prosecution's evidence reads like a Bond script: 221 mobile phones, 495 SIM cards, 11 drones, 3 IMSI grabbers capable of intercepting private communications. These tools of espionage are chillingly real, designed to siphon off sensitive data and destabilize our society. It's espionage weaponized, and the targets, journalists like Christo Grozev and dissidents like Roman Dobrokotov, serve as testimony to the regime's ruthlessness. And the accused don't shy away from their ambition either. They contemplated surveillance of Patch barracks in Germany, believed it to house Ukrainian trainees, a direct link to the Russo-Ukrainian conflict. And the audacity, but the hubris as well, has landed them in Hawick to British justice, with their fate resting in the balance of a trial set to stretch until February. On the philosophical front, one could liken this to a sort of biblical hell. I don't know whether we experience or they experience it, except, of course, that the hell described in the King James Bible is itself a mistranslation. The word hell in the text often derives from Sheol or Hades, terms denoting the grave or the underworld or Tartarus. And the nearest we get is Gehenna, which is a place formerly of pagan child sacrifice. By the time of Christ, it was used in Jerusalem as the rubbish pit with a constantly smouldering fire. Perhaps these mistranslations are therefore an apt metaphor for the modern espionage environment, where realities are twisted and layers of obfuscation conceal the truth, and we live in a sort of half-world where we believe the mythology. And yet, even in the middle of these flames of subterfuge, there's a clarifying light. This trial offers a rare glimpse into the machinery of espionage, exposing not just the tools and the methods of the trade, of the craft. I don't want to use the word craft too much because it smacks of, what's that thing? Masonry. And any minute now, people are going to start giving each other dodgy handshakes. Are you on the square? People say to me this. So every so often I get a dodgy handshake, and somebody says to me, "Are you on the square?" And I say, "No, I'm on the circle." But the defendants who plead ignorance or innocence must reckon that with their entanglements in a system that sees people as pawns, they are expendable. And they're going to have to realise that. In the broader context, this case raises pressing questions about the UK's vulnerability to foreign interference. We've had the drones on the military airfields. It's enough to prosecute individuals while the networks that employ them persist. The grufted gossip continues to flow, and as a nation we must confront the systemic challenges that allow such infiltration to fester. And as the Old Bailey deliberates, we shouldn't forget the espionage plot at hand, but the toll that it takes on society. The Russians may seek to exploit our weaknesses, but our greatest strength actually lies in exposing their schemes to the light of truth or to the light of ridicule, and in resisting the seductive lure of the gulpin gumosity that they propagate. I hope you enjoyed all the G's there, the GG's. But we need to ratchet up the humour to approach this mad Russian nonsense with to tickle the risibilities of Russia. There we are.